Chosen ones, get ready, because what I'm about to share is not just powerful, it's life-changing. This message is not for everyone. If you are here, it's because you were meant to hear this. You have felt it your whole life. There is something different about you, something special, and now the time has come for that truth to be revealed. If you are watching this video right now, it is no accident. God brought you here because something extraordinary is about to happen in your life. The shift has already begun, and those who once doubted you will soon witness what they never expected. The tables are turning, chosen one, and nothing will ever be the same again. This is more than just a change. It is a divine elevation. You are stepping into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. The struggles, the rejection, the silent seasons, they all had a purpose. And now everything is aligning for your breakthrough. But to fully embrace this shift, you must recognize who you are and step boldly into the destiny that awaits you. Before we dive into this powerful revelation, take a moment to do 3 things. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment the number 99. This will send a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this message. And remember, if you are truly a chosen one, your spirit already knows this message is for you. So stay with me until the end, because your life is about to change. The rejection was necessary. Chosen one, they doubted you, they laughed, they shut doors in your face. But what they never realized is that every rejection was part of a divine setup. While they saw failure, God saw preparation. Every no you received was not a denial. It was a redirection towards something far greater than you could have imagined. The pain, the loneliness, the moments of self-doubt, they weren't punishment. They were proof that you were set apart. Think about it. Joseph's own brothers sold him out, betrayed him, left him for dead. Yet that betrayal was the key that unlocked his destiny. The same people who rejected him unknowingly set him up for his greatest promotion. And you are no different. Every rejection was simply removing the wrong people, wrong places, and wrong opportunities so that only what is truly meant for you remains. The world has tried to convince you that rejection means you are unworthy. But let me tell you something powerful. Rejection is often God's greatest form of protection. If you had stayed in places that didn't honor you, you would have never stepped into the purpose meant for you. Those who doubted you only did so because they couldn't see what God was doing behind the scenes. But oh, chosen one, they're about to find out. And that's where the shift begins. While they were busy underestimating you, God was silently preparing you for something they never saw coming. The silent preparation. Chosen one, while they were busy laughing, mocking, and overlooking you, God was working. You see, preparation happens in the quiet, in the shadows, away from the applause and the recognition. While they thought you were stagnant, you were actually growing, learning, transforming. The silence wasn't punishment, it was strategy. Because when God prepares his chosen ones, he does it in a way that catches the world off guard. Think about David. Before he ever faced Goliath, he was in the fields alone, tending sheep, fighting off lions and bears. Nobody saw him, nobody celebrated him. But the moment he stepped onto the battlefield, everyone realized that the preparation they had ignored had turned him into a warrior. And that's exactly what's happening with you. While they were focused on temporary success, you were being built for something that lasts. There were times when you questioned why nothing was happening, why your efforts seemed to go unnoticed. But what you didn't see was the foundation being laid beneath you. A skyscraper doesn't rise overnight. It requires a deep, unshakable foundation. That's what God has been doing with you. Every late night, every hidden struggle, every battle you fought in secret, it was all part of a divine blueprint. And now, chosen one, the shift is approaching. The hidden anointing that has been placed upon you is about to be revealed. The hidden anointing. Chosen one, Before anyone ever noticed you, before the world even knew your name, God had already set you apart. This anointing on your life, it didn't come from people, and that's why no one can take it away. You've felt different since childhood, haven't you? Like you didn't quite fit in, like there was something greater calling you. That wasn't your imagination. That was the divine mark placed upon you before you even took your first breath. Look at the story of Moses. Before he ever led a nation, he was just a baby floating in a river, hidden from those who sought to destroy him. What was meant to kill him actually positioned him for greatness. The same has happened with you. Every battle, every storm, every trial, it wasn't random. It was God's way of protecting and preparing you for the moment when your anointing would be revealed. You may have wondered why some doors never opened, why certain opportunities slipped through your fingers. The truth is, not everyone is meant to recognize your anointing. Not yet. When the time is right, God will place you in the exact position He has been preparing for you. You won't have to force it. You won't have to beg. What is meant for you will find you. And when it does, even those who doubted you will have no choice but to see what God has placed inside you. And chosen one, that's when everything changes, because the moment your anointing is revealed, the shift becomes undeniable. The unexpected shift. Chosen one, they never saw it coming. The ones who dismissed you, the ones who overlooked you, they thought they had you all figured out. But what they failed to realize is that God moves in ways no one expects. Just when they think they've written you off, that's when the shift happens. And when God shifts your life, it's sudden, undeniable, and unstoppable. Think of Joseph. One moment he was a prisoner. The next he was ruling over the very land where he had been enslaved. No one expected it. No one saw it coming. But that's what happens when divine favor is at work. The same people who forgot about you, who doubted you, will have no choice but to watch as you step into the position God has prepared for you. They thought they knew your story, but they only saw the first chapter. You may feel like you've been in the waiting room for too long, but chosen one, when the shift happens, everything accelerates. Doors that were locked will swing open. The opportunities that once seemed out of reach will chase you down. And those who once stood in your way, they won't be able to stop what's coming. The shift is not just about elevation, it's about revelation. The world is about to see what God has been doing in you all along. And when that shift happens, chosen one, it won't just lift you, it will elevate you beyond what you ever imagined. Your elevation is divine. Chosen one, no man, no system, no enemy can block what God has ordained for you. Your elevation is not the result of luck, nor is it something that anyone can take credit for. It is divine. When God decides to lift you, it doesn't matter who tried to hold you back. His favor breaks through every obstacle, every limitation, every force that dared to stand in your way. Think about David. When it was time for him to be king, it didn't matter that others were more experienced or that no one saw him as worthy. God had already chosen him, and that was all that mattered. The same is true for you. They may have ignored you, underestimated you, even counted you out. But what they failed to realize is that your elevation was written in the heavens long before they ever had an opinion. And here's the best part. When God elevates you, it's not small and it's not temporary. He doesn't just give you a step up. He positions you where no one can deny His power in your life. This isn't just about success. It's about fulfilling a purpose that is bigger than you. Chosen one, your time has come. The season of delay, of waiting, of being hidden in the background, it's over. And as you rise, something even greater begins to unfold. The tables are turning. The tables are turning. Chosen one, the very ones who looked down on you, who dismissed you, who thought you would never rise, they are about to witness a shift they never expected. God is flipping the script. The tables are turning, and this time you won't be the one struggling to be seen. You will be the one standing in divine favor. And when God moves, it's undeniable. Look at Esther, an orphan, overlooked, with no royal bloodline. Yet when the time came, God positioned her as queen, and those who once ignored her were suddenly at her feet. That's what happens when divine favor is at work. It doesn't matter where you started or who doubted you. What matters is that God has decided it is your time, and no force on earth can stop what He has set in motion. You've endured seasons of being misunderstood, overlooked, even betrayed. But chosen one, understand this: every delay, every setback was just a setup. What's coming for you isn't just a minor shift, it's a complete reversal. The same people who underestimated you will have no choice but to recognize what God is doing in your life. They will see your rise, and they won't be able to deny it. And soon, chosen one, they won't just see it, they will have to acknowledge it, because what happens next will be impossible to ignore. They will bow before your calling. Chosen one, this isn't about pride, revenge, or proving a point. This is about divine authority. When God moves in your life, even your enemies will have no choice but to acknowledge it. Not because of you, but because the power of God in your life will be so evident, so undeniable, that they won't be able to look away. Those who once disrespected you will be forced to recognize what they ignored for so long. Think of Joseph. His own brothers sold him into slavery, convinced they had ended his story. But years later, when famine struck, they found themselves bowing before him, needing his help to survive. They didn't recognize him at first, but when they did, they realized they had misjudged him all along. The same is about to happen for you. The people who once dismissed you will have no choice but to acknowledge what God has done in your life. This isn't about seeking validation. It's about walking in the purpose you were meant for. When God calls someone, He equips them with favor, wisdom, and authority that cannot be denied. Chosen one, you don't have to chase recognition. You don't have to force anyone to see your value. God is already handling that. The very ones who doubted you will one day look at you with eyes of awe, because they will see what has been true all along. You were chosen. And that's why, chosen one, you're about to step into something even greater, a new realm of authority that no one saw coming. The new realm of authority. Chosen one, this is not just an elevation. It's a shift into a whole new level of influence and authority. What God is doing in your life isn't just for show, it's for purpose. He is placing you in a position where your voice, your presence, and your actions will carry divine weight. This isn't about power for the sake of power. It's about fulfilling a calling that has been on your life since the beginning. Look at Daniel, once a captive, overlooked and underestimated, but because of his faith and divine wisdom, he was elevated to one of the highest positions in the kingdom. His authority wasn't given by men, it was orchestrated by God. The same is happening with you. You are stepping into a position where doors will open that you never knocked on, where people will seek your guidance without you having to prove yourself. But with this new realm of authority comes responsibility. You were not chosen just to rise, you were chosen to lead, to impact, to inspire. That's why your journey was so intense. That's why your battles were so fierce. God wasn't just preparing you for success. He was molding you for leadership. Chosen one, you are no longer the person struggling to find your place. You have arrived. And as you step into this new position, something even greater is aligning in your favor. Surrounded by favor, chosen one, you are stepping into a season where divine connections, resources, and opportunities will align for your benefit. This isn't coincidence, it's orchestration. God is surrounding you with the right people, placing you in the right situations, and removing anything that could hinder your destiny. Favor is about to follow you wherever you go. Think of Ruth. She wasn't born into wealth. She had no powerful connections, yet divine favor placed her in the exact field where her destiny would unfold. She didn't chase opportunities, they found her. That's what happens when God's favor is upon you. The right doors open effortlessly. The right people recognize your value without you having to prove anything. What once felt like a struggle will now feel like divine alignment. But chosen one, understand this. Favor isn't just about receiving blessings, it's about positioning. God is placing you where you need to be, not just for your benefit, but to fulfill a greater purpose. The tables have turned, the shift has happened, and now you are walking in a new level of divine flow. Everything is aligning for one ultimate reason. Because your victory isn't just about you. It's about proving that when God chooses someone, no force on earth can stop them. Your victory is a testament. Chosen one, your rise is bigger than you. It's not just about success, recognition, or even personal fulfillment. Your victory is a living testament to the power of divine selection. When people look at you, they will see proof that God's hand cannot be denied. Every battle you fought, every tear you shed, every moment you felt forgotten, it all led to this. You are walking, breathing evidence that when God chooses someone, no force on earth can stop them. Look at Job, stripped of everything, tested beyond human limits, but in the end, he was restored beyond what anyone imagined. His suffering wasn't just about him, it was a testament to unwavering faith. Your journey has been the same. The enemy tried to break you, tried to convince you that you weren't chosen, but now look where you are. Your resilience, your faith, your perseverance, they are proof that no setback can override a divine comeback. And chosen one, this is just the beginning. Your elevation is not just about reaching new heights, it's about inspiring others, about proving that God is still in the business of turning pain into power. You didn't just survive, you overcame. And now as you walk in victory, the world will watch and wonder, how did they make it? But you'll know the truth, this was never about luck. This was divine destiny unfolding exactly as it was meant to. And now, chosen one, it's time to let the world see what God has done. Your story isn't ending, it's only just beginning. Chosen one, you have heard the message, you have felt it in your spirit. This is not just another moment in your life, this is the turning point. Every rejection, every silent season, every unseen battle has led you to this. The shift has already begun, and nothing will ever be the same again. But now the question is, are you ready to walk in your calling? Are you ready to embrace the elevation that God has ordained for you? Are you ready to step into the favor, the authority, the victory that is waiting on the other side of your faith? Because chosen one, this is your moment. No more doubting, no more waiting. It's time to rise. Let me know in the comments, are you ready? Have you felt this shift happening in your life? Share your experience, because your testimony might be the confirmation another chosen one needs. And if this message spoke to you, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a divine revelation like this again. Chosen one, your story is proof that when God calls someone, no force on earth can stop them. Walk boldly because your time has come.